Big talk, big minds, yeah, we do it with class. 4 of us, one throne. Welcome to QuadKast. Welcome to QuadKast. Welcome to QuadKast. Hey.
We had a couple of technical difficulties to take place. We ain't gonna say no name, but somebody went to the bathroom and knocked the plug out.
Yeah. I'm the plug.
The plug knocked the plug out.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all good though, because we having fun. That's the thing about this. We real, it's raw, it's authentic. Mm-hmm. Hey, whatever happened, it happened. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? All right. So next we're gonna talk about this. So the Carmelo Anthony thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody been following it. Everybody knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. You know the young 17 year. I think he's 17 years old. Charged with first degree murder for stabbing. I think his name is Metcalf, the young white boy.
Austin Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
That's his name. Austin Metcalf.
He's a twin. They go to the rival high school.
Yeah. So, what is your intake on it? Like, how do you feel about him being charged for first degree murder, based upon what we've heard? You know, him being the Metcalf so-called grabbing his backpack. Right. And there's so many stories out there. Like,
right. You know,
they say he got jumped. You know that he got jumped. They say
the brothers jumped him, and then it said that he approached. It was a one-on-one fight. Then it was premeditated because he brought the knife. But then they were fighting the day before. So it's so many versions of the story.
But they said it wasn't even a knife. They were saying he had a cleat sharpener that you sharpen. I don't know. It's so many different stuff.
You hearing so
never
many.
know. You don't really know what to go off of.
You don't.
But my thing is this. I feel like if he was approached in any kind of way, and he felt threatened, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
He has the right to.
And I think that if it had been any other race that had done that, it would have this thing. Well, he's out now because
I'm saying he wouldn't have been
right.
in jail.
He probably wouldn't have. They wouldn't have even went to jail.
Right. He probably would have got questioned and released to his.
Think about Kyle Rittenhouse, Trayvon Martin.
Right.
You know,
he tweeted something about it. Did y'all see that?
I saw that.
Who tweeted?
Kyle.
Oh, I didn't see that. What did he say?
What did he say?
He was pretty much saying that people don't believe what he did was self-defense, but they're siding with Carmelo, saying that his was stand your ground and self-defense.
Right. And then he tried to come back and try to clean it up.
Right.
You know, whatnot. But it's not the same to me.
It's definitely not the same.
It's not the same.
He went out to these riots and he said he was defending people, but he went out to that. Carmelo was at a school event, track, and he was sitting under the tent and he was approached.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's two different things.
It's totally
big difference.
It's not the same.
Kyle went into the situation armed. You know,
exactly.
Carmelo, he went hoping to use his firearm, his weapon. Right. Whereas Carmelo, he got forced
into that situation.
Exactly. He was
placed into that situation.
That was a just in case.
Right.
You know.
Even if he had a knife or a cleat sharpener, whatever it was, you know, I just feel like he had the right to defend himself, especially if he felt like he was being, you know,
because it was the reason he had to have it on him, you know, to even think like that.
And think about this. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna be real. Mm-hmm. How many white boys do you know carry pocket knives on them all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a normal thing. I think they come out the womb and their parents be like, "Look, hey, here go a pocket knife. Put it in your diaper."
And I'm from Georgia. That's all they carried.
It's the culture thing.
You know what I'm saying?
The rifles and after school we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Yep. Not to saying that they were using it as a weapon, but they had it on them.
They had it on them.
They had it on them.
And everybody's making a big fuss. Why did he have a knife on him at a track meet or whatever? It's a pocket knife or whatever it was, a cleat sharpener, whatever it was he had in his pocket. I don't believe he went there with the intention to use it. He used it because he had no other choice but to use it.
It's 2 versus 1.
And let me tell you something. When you scared, man, you don't know what you will do when you scared. When you are in fear, you know, you don't. It's like you don't really have control sometimes over your actions when you're scared.
Right.
You just do the first thing that comes. Self-preservation. You gonna take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was one of the. I think that's the situation. I think that's what happened. I think he was just put in a situation where he did not want to do what he had to do, but he did it because he had to.
He had to do it. Yeah.
He had to do it.
Totally agree.
You know, so it's sad that, you know, his family is being threatened the way that they're being threatened.
Right.
They're getting the phone calls.
It's crazy.
I'm looking at all the comments, how you know, all the other
false narratives.
you know, and the other folks saying he murdered you know, he's a murderer. Put that murderer in jail. You know,
They
I don't
say
really,
that.
yeah, and I see very few of us saying that. There are a couple of us that are siding with Metcalf, but for the majority, it's not us. It's them.
Yes, it is.
It's them saying, you know,
they red in the face about it.
they mad. And my thing is, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Like you don't like to see it. You don't want to see the tables being turned.
Right.
Think about how we as black people have been. Man, we can go back to slavery, how you raped and the men raped, the women raped, the men beaten, the women beaten, babies being snatched out of black women's wombs and hung and killed. And man, come on, you know, I don't look. This is a very what do we say? We unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
You know, history. Look, God don't make no mistake, and sometimes you gotta. Some things may happen. This may be reparations, some stuff going on. I don't know. I don't know how to classify it, but you just cannot ignore the signs of God. God has a way of doing things, man. You know, and I ain't saying God was told Carmelo to do this, but it's like they're getting a chance to see what we saw and what we felt like.
When we went through
the first. Come on, the first gonna be last and the last gonna be first.
Sandra Bland.
Come on, you get what I'm saying? So it's a tragedy that this has taken place, but at the same time, I feel like if he was defending himself, he had every right, and
we just need to let it go and let him. You know,
I was happy to see the judge drop that bond from $1 million to $250.
They gave me good faith. They gave me good faith that they'll probably listen to the whole story. Because he could still be sitting behind.
Come on. He may be on house arrest, but his bond was $250. All the allegations about how they're using the money to buy homes and all that. And
when GoFundMe came out and said they haven't touched it.
Well,
they haven't even verified the funds.
Well, I thought that they shut the GoFundMe down and he had to go to another
GoFundMe said that they hadn't touched the funds. They don't discriminate in whether it's guilt or whatever. If the money is raised, it's raised.
It's raised.
Yeah, but they came out and said
because GoFundMe want their money too. You know how much they getting out of
GoFundMe came out and said that they haven't used any of that. They haven't touched any of those funds.
Right.
So this is just, you know, those coming out trying to paint a different narrative.
The allegations they're buying homes.
You get a whole lot of misinformation, but you're gonna get the right information.
Right. So you know they saying that they bought houses with it. And they doing this and doing that. Even the defense attorney asked during the pre-trial or whatever it was that you got. He asked why haven't they used any of the money? You know, he was one which I don't know why I'm not an attorney. I don't know law like that. I don't know why he needed to know why they didn't use the money.
Yeah.
Right.
But if they're not using it, clearly they ain't using it for whatever reason. You know.
What does that have to do with it?
I don't know. But I hope that this thing, I really do hope that it turns out to work out in
because no matter how it turns out, he's still gonna always have this cloud over his head.
He gonna still
guaranteed.
Right. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he's always gonna have that. Like
unlike somebody else, if somebody else, another, I don't know how to put it, but
put it the way
inside of the head.
It was a white person.
Yeah.
It would be put under the table, and they would live their life and be prosperous.
Right.
But because he's black.
Yeah,
it will be. It's
gonna follow him.
It's gonna follow him everywhere he goes.
And he's only
no
17.
matter what.
Man,
17 years.
And I hate that, you know, because it's like now.
It's crazy.
Does he have to go into hiding? Like, does he have to be
right and let it simmer down and then?
To me, I don't think right now when things happen like this, we don't go in hiding. People don't go in hiding. We still forge through and try to make through it. But it's still a struggle.
But it's
more.
It's
more of a struggle.
Yeah.
So the great thing is, black people, we don't go, black, brown people, we don't go in hiding. We just struggle through it. Just like the guy that's in El Salvador. They still struggling, but they persevering. They still going through it.
But even though he walks outside, though, like he has to think like, okay, if I walk outside, is there somebody waiting somewhere
to kill me? After this government said, hey, we can't send him back there.
Right.
They told this in 2019.
Yeah.
And they ruled that it was unsafe for him to go back to El Salvador.
Right.
Y'all sent him back, and now y'all saying, oh, well, we don't have the right to say bring him back. Crazy.
But he's there.
He's there.
He's still thriving. He's living. He's trying to get back.
And he should be able to come back. His family's here.
Yeah, he should. It was a mistake on their behalf. You know what I'm saying? On United States behalf, America.
It's just like when you go to the store and it's wrong, you want your money back. It takes 3 to 7 days.
Right, to get your money back. Yeah, for real. That's right.
You're not gonna let me out that store.
I'm waiting on that right now.
Right.
I got a 3 to 5 day situation going on.
But you ain't gonna let me out the store when I buy it until it say approved.
Right.
When I want to bring it back, I gotta wait 2 to 3 weeks to get my money back.
Cause what y'all verifying? Y'all ain't take time to verify it to approve.
But why can't they just back?
They can, but you gotta realize
they gonna make it.
I forget what the amount is, but I know when I looked research at first, it was I think either 6 million or something million that every person that goes over to El Salvador, United States are paying them to stay there.
Yep.
So for that guy to be there, they're getting paid for him
to be there. Yep. That is true.
And then Donald.
Just say the man at 1600.
The man
at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
The man said they're trying to get more people over there. They wanted that place to build more places to bring homegrown people over there.
Seen that.
You heard about that? Homegrown meaning people that are American people that they might do some crazy stuff, hit people with bats or throw people on the trains and stuff, and put them over there. But every time we send somebody over there, we're paying.
We talking new production design.
We're paying for people to go over there. So we're paying El Salvador to keep people that we're taking over there. So technically, like right now, it's like 21 million a year to keep people that we're putting over there.
Now, what I want to know
is crazy.
What is his version of homegrown terrorists? Is there somebody that commits a hate crime on you and I? Would they send them to El Salvador?
I was just thinking about what if I got sent to El Salvador?
We just had a shooting one or 2 days ago from a young kid who's the son of police officer in Florida State. Florida State University. The young kid who shot people there, been arrested. Found out he's a son of a Florida State.
Oh, you mean the mass shooting that just took place?
Yes.
The shooting that
yes.
So we're gonna send him to El Salvador?
Thank you.
That's homegrown.
No, send him to El Salvador.
Nobody said anything about it.
No, no one has said anything about it.
I hate to bring the race card up, but he white.
Yeah.
No, we already knew that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Face plaster on TV.
Thank you.
And I quote.
And his dad was a police officer.
Yep.
No, his mom.
His mom was a police officer.
Police officer. Mom was a police officer.
This right here.
So now
that's
what?
That's homegrown.
Now what? That's homegrown.
That's gonna be tricky.
They gonna pull all types of tricks out of that bag just so he doesn't have to go. They gonna find loopholes. They gonna find loopholes. Okay.
How many people did he shoot? How many people did he kill? Did he kill? Because I saw the story, but I hadn't read.
Did he kill like 2 people?
Yeah, he killed 2 people.
Oh, it was 2 men, 2 guys that he
Yeah,
and they were Spanish Mexican
descent.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that, man. Ooh.
I mean, we have a lot of questions when you ask about the how can they find a loophole. I mean, we thought we was voting out 45, and here we are because of loopholes.
Yeah.
We got to me.
So
it's no more loopholes because the person in the seat right now, to him it's not a loophole. It's whatever that person says. No. That's what it is.
It's a dictatorship.
Dictatorship.
That's what it is. That's
He's trying to
no
make
loophole.
it.
But it's not.
But we need people to stand up to say, hey, we're just like Harvard. I'm gonna give Harvard their props. Harvard is like, look, the person that's in that seat now saying we're gonna take $2 billion from Harvard. Harvard's like, okay, cool, do what you got to do.
Period.
We're not subsiding to the tactics, whatever you want to do.
And
we're
the
not
federal
doing
judge
it.
that said,
and the federal judge
that said, hey, I told y'all.
We need more, but you know.
I told y'all that these deportations y'all need to stop. Now I'm finding y'all in contempt.
Yep. But I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing is, Harvard, Columbia University, $400 million, $2 billion. They ain't saying nothing about Morris Brown getting $1 million or any HBCU getting all this money from the government. Nobody. We're not even in a running.
Because he trying to get rid of that
altogether.
Because he feel like
they don't give us money.
We shouldn't have.
We're privileged. We're privileged.
They don't give us money.
It shouldn't be any all black.
Harvard got money.
It shouldn't be any all black story.
Thank you.
Never mind the fact that the reason why we have HBCUs,
right?
Because we weren't accepted into those, so
right.
he
had to create that.
Something
had to have that.
And as the years progress, they have become very instrumental for not only our culture, but for anyone who really wants to go. And when you think of...
It's crazy because we're always accepting. You know what I'm saying? We can create a space and we're still accepting of others, whereas
open arms.
They'll create their space and say, no, you can't come.
Straight
to your face, you can't come.
Oh, okay.
But we'll create a space and still say,
come on.
You know
open your arms to everybody.
That's deep.
Come on.
You know?
You know
that's
what?
Crazy.
Now,
that is crazy.
That's deep right there because to me, I ain't trying to get preachy up in here.
Come
It
on.
sounds like God, because God will accept you.
Take
you know
us
what
to
I'm
church.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter
Come as you
what.
are.
Come as you are.
Come as you are.
But
Give me your what?
But the opposite will do just the opposite. You get what I'm saying?
And then throw God in your face.
And then throw God in your face.
Right. But then they try so hard to duplicate.
Well, you know, that's a whole nother story. Because we are who we are.
We are the greatest.
That's a whole other podcast that's coming up.
All right.
Yeah, we are who we are. So, and you can't take that away from us. We as black people are great. We've done great things. We've accomplished great things.
Absolutely.
And there are so many things that we've done that we have not gotten credit for.
We are trailblazers.
And you know what? To speak on that, right now in 2025, I forget the brother name, young black brother has created. It's called
that diesel stuff.
That
diesel.
I saw it. Go ahead. Talk about it. Go ahead.
I saw it. I saw him. I saw him in Chicago.
Talk about it.
And I think he was in Chicago and he created this.
That's just diesel. It's from
plastic.
Regular gasoline, diesel gasoline, and jet fuel out of plastic.
Wow.
Protect him.
And now he has this company donated solar panels. So right now he can create all this fuel under $1.
Wow.
That would fuel any car, any truck, any airplane, any diesel truck right now out of plastic that he's found from the ocean, from going to landfills. He gets the plastic from the landfill from the oceans.
I saw him pour it inside of that truck. He poured it in the truck. The truck started, and you know what?
Yep, I saw that.
So my thing is, has this type of technology was it already there? But they was like, you know what? We make more money this way, so we're not going to do it that way.
1,000.
You know,
absolutely.
That's the whole pharma business.
Yeah.
Pharma. That's all it is. You're not telling me they don't have.
I ain't trying to take. I'm not trying to knock. Take any credit from him. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing.
Of course.
It's kind of like he's exposing. Look,
I'm about to say he's bringing it to the light, but these big companies, of course, they've already had solutions to this stuff.
Right.
But the solution of lose their money versus let me just keep them on the edge of their seat.
Right.
Keep this going.
We have electric cars back in the day. Tesla is not Elon Musk. Tesla is someone totally different from Elon Musk.
Right.
You know he grabbed the name. He was a smart businessman. He was able to take the trademark and do what he do.
Well,
you know what I mean? So,
Tesla was Indian, correct?
Yep.
Really?
He was Indian.
It was Indian.
Yep.
So was his name? You mean
His actual name was
Tesla.
Tesla.
Mhm.
Yes.
Elon has his company named after.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, he was a great inventor of things and of science and all of that. So
First of all, Elon.
Why they always spending stuff on people?
Elon Musk is still not a part of. He don't have a job. He still don't have a. What is his job title? He don't have one.
No.
I guess when you got
He has
the
not-
money,
he has not been
He
vetted.
just,
he the real 47. Let them tell it. He the real 47.
Yeah, for real. He's not been vetted. He don't have a job title.
Yeah.
We can't say, oh, his job title is this. He's been vetted. He's been his background has been checked. None of that. All the stuff that we have to go through, background check. We got to make sure that we got to make sure that he had to do that because he has so much money.
Yep.
Is what it is.
Man, money
Money that came from his
what
family.
they say, money talk and bullshit walks. So,
Right.
I
So
guess,
we are, to me, we are always behind the 8 ball because slavery time and all that stuff. You know, they took all our farms and land and all this and that. So now we're playing catch up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is.
Boy, we're gonna be playing catch up for a long. Our children's children gonna be still
What
be playing
I've come
catch
to learn is these people get off by playing the role. They can go to in these corporations. And Christian, though, I watch American Greed all day.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
and
me. That's me.
Oh, you watch
You
American
can
Greed?
tell. You can tell. You know, these people don't know nothing. They just put on a suit and just go talk to some people
And get billions.
and get billions. And
I can't get $40 from them.
But I can get big billions. And can be bailed out and actually be successful 3 or 4 times over, but they'll take the money and go buy a yacht.
Yep.
A plane trip, spending luxury cars and watches.
And I've learned that it's just you carry yourself like that, and they'll eat that up.
I ask myself all the time, I'm like, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Because how can these people? And it ain't never us. Well, I think I saw one time.
I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
But they're never on the scale that the other ones are on.
Never.
And they come from humble beginnings, and they'll just walk in somewhere knowing they ain't got this. But
See,
it's how they walk and how they talk, and they'll come out with $5 billion.
Man, they'll sell these folks a dream and tell them they're gonna do this, and they got man
taking people's
life saving.
Not just strangers, but they actual family.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I watched one time. It was one about a basketball player from here in Atlanta. Did you see that one?
I keep going.
I cannot remember his name. He was a basketball player. He was real good, but he got so greedy and all this.
I think I know.
And he was adopted.
Yeah, I know which one. It's vague, but I remember.
Yeah, he was adopted. But yeah, that's a whole other story. But I ain't gonna get out into it. But anyway,
it's most of dressing the part. Once you dress the part, you can pretty much fool anybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna go throw a suit. I'm gonna throw me a suit on. And I ain't gonna scam nobody.
Please don't.
Don't do that.
But this the thing though.
Catch us first.
This the thing. If they give me the money, I'm gonna do the right thing with it.
Right.
They gonna really get a return. I am not gonna play with y'all money.
Right.
If you want to invest in it, invest in
Jada Gray,
in
Big Spec Podcast.
Invest in it.
And we got 2 more names coming.
Come on.
You want to invest?
We are not gonna play with your money. You gonna get a return. We're gonna make sure that all the numbers and everything add up and everything is right. We're gonna get your money. So iHeartRadio and all of y'all major networks out there.
iTunes.
They gonna make sure we can have it right now. They gonna come to us.
TV, television, no matter. Look, we gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
BET Plus, who else?
BET Plus.
Throw
Yeah,
it out there.
we'll take BET Plus too.
Oh,
They got
Netflix.
Yeah.
Look, we'll take Tubi.
Oh, Tubi makes some money.
You hear me?
Man,
Well,
they making money
Well, I
on
got
Tubi.
some good shows on Tubi. Who?
Zeus.
I ain't heard of
And
it.
Zeus too, yeah.
Zeus just like to fight though.
Yeah, I see Shamar and all the people on there. Shamar.
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
Yeah, we ain't going on there with Shamar.
Yeah, I got a couple of scripts I got in the computer.
vault.
Yeah, I'm just
Well, I got some
hey,
scripts
look, we're
too,
gonna put
dog.
some movies on some
I
Tubi.
got some scripts too.
You got the script?
No script.
You don't need no script for Tubi, do you? All we need is a camera.
You just go.
And just go.
You just go.
That's it.
I want my film to be good though. I don't want.
You right.
You know, I don't want a gun to be getting shot and it look like jelly, then popped up on your chest. You know,
One
look.
right. Part over here, the next.
Come on, look. You got a grape soda in this hand, and then the next thing it look like you got the same soda ain't even in your hand.
Right.
Continuity ain't right in it. You know, you asking yourself, didn't he just have a orange soda in his hand?
That's Tubi.
Yeah,
that is Tubi.
It is too.
Yeah.
It was something you were saying. What did you say? Oh, Gail. What about Gail?
Gail King.
How she's disappointed that the girls aren't behind her for going to space.
Okay, hold on.
I didn't even know Gail went to space.
Let me say this real quick.
What?
I saw a clip where when the space, whatever you call it, it came back to Earth. Jeff Bezos was supposed to go. Is his name Jeff Bezos? He's supposed to go.
Amazon.
Yeah, he's supposed to open up the door.
Yeah.
They showed a video. Somebody from the inside opened up the door first, wide open. They closed the door, and then Jeff came up with something and put it on the door like he was opening the door the first time. It's out there now right now.
Listen.
All that shit fake.
I believe
all that shit fake.
But they were saying Gail is angry because the girls aren't behind her.
First of all, Gail spelled her name Gayle. That's wrong. She spelled my sister name is Gail. Gail.
First of all,
that's her name.
Gail is a thug. Okay?
That's the real name. Gail.
When you a thug,
Gail,
you gotta spell your name different.
Yeah.
Hold on. Matter of fact, Gayle, Gail King. She spelled it Kang. Kane. Gail Kane. Bitch, you're wrong.
First of all, that Gail is for Gay.
She wrong.
That's what it is. Y'all better leave Oprah alone. Look, we might need to get Oprah. We sorry.
No, we not
sorry.
sorry.
We want to be on.
No, I'm not.
We want to be on.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not sorry. Oprah got all that money, ain't did shit yet.
Not like Tyler Perry.
Oh, thank you, Tyler Perry. Thank you. Tyler Perry is doing it.
Well, we about 20 minutes from the studio.
We are 20 minutes from the studio. Tyler Perry. I'm just gonna throw that picture out there. I called to do a tour. I was told we couldn't do a tour. I'm just trying to get in connection.
Man,
Tyler Perry out here doing great things.
I was sworn in at that fort before he bought it. Okay, when I went to
I had the opportunity one time to do the Oval, and I had COVID. I was so disappointed that I could not make it. The lady called me. I was just gonna be doing. I think
if you would have stayed your ass at home, you would have had COVID.
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you.
You out in these streets. Jada Gray.
Y'all got
Jada Gray.
in the
how you
street.
get COVID?
Oh,
How
that's
you
what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
Please.
A lady, this lady called me and said, "Hey, I want you to come do this film for us in Texas, Waco, Texas." She said,
That's the first problem. Waco, Texas. Waco.
I went to Waco, Texas to this ranch, thinking that we was going to shoot this film.
You know Waco, the ranch, Waco, Texas?
It didn't process.
You weren't drinking no Kool-Aid.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm about to get to that in a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Because to me,
we learning some new stuff.
Listen, to me, it seemed like this was a cult. And I even told them, I even wrote an email. It did not feel right when I got there. Let me tell y'all what happened to me. I got there when her son picked me up. He picked me up. We rode around for 3 hours. They didn't have nowhere for me to stay.
They just wanted him to
It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know where I was gonna sleep at. They were supposed to have some accommodations for me. I didn't know where I was gonna sleep. He called his mom. Him and his mom had this bad relationship. He was cussing her out on the phone. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why you talk to your mom?
This is a movie.
No. He was white.
No, he was black.
Hold on. What?
Where the bomb drop?
Yeah, we need to put what up?
Right.
I'm riding around.
Which one is it?
We got a program.
Okay.
I'm riding around. He telling his mama like, at this point, I didn't have to go. I had to go find me my own hotel. I thought I would. I still couldn't find my hotel. He finally got his mama on the phone. His mama say, bring him over here where we at. I ended up having to sleep on a couch. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm telling you, no, I got there by 3. Around 6 o'clock, all the people started coming into the area where I was. So I didn't even get but 3 hours of sleep. Hold on, that ain't even the kicker in the nuts yet, though. I got more to tell you.
Kicker in the nuts.
Hold on. So they wake me up.
Hold on. We got t-shirts. Kicker in the nuts.
Right in the nuts.
Kicker in the nut t-shirts coming real.
Kicker in the nut t-shirt coming soon. Yeah. They wake me up. I ain't got but 3 hours of sleep. I say, hey, I need to take a bath. I need to take a shower and all this. Guess what her son told me?
What?
That's too bad. What you want us to do about it?
What?
I'm telling you, I couldn't even.
Get a whole bath?
I couldn't even get a bath. He said, man, it's too tough. What you want us to do about it?
What you mean?
I say, hold on, y'all call me. Y'all asked me to come here. First of all, I messed up. I'm young in the game. I paid for my own flight to get there, which I should have never done that.
Yeah,
I should have made them pay for my flight.
Yes,
but I didn't know. I'm young in the game.
That's 2 years ago. He young in it. That was 2 years ago. He young. He young as hell. That was 2 years ago.
You can't ask me to go nowhere now. You ain't paying for my flight. You ain't paying for my gas. You ain't paying for nothing.
I need a per diem.
I couldn't brush my teeth. I couldn't do nothing. I'm telling you, it felt like a coat.
Big talk, big minds, yeah, we do it with class, 4 of us, one throne. Welcome to QuadKast, welcome to QuadKast, welcome to QuadKast.